Hey everyone, welcome to the deep end of the Pullbox, your source for independent, underground, and self-published comic books only. I'm your host, the Traveling Geek, and welcome to Werewolves Part 2. You ready for a howling good time? Get it? Howling good time? You get it. Okay. Paradigm Shift Volume 2. This is a great comic. Alright, you've seen the preview number 1 in the first Werewolf one, but here's Part 2. In the last comic we had Catherine, our hero. She was unfortunately shot, almost fatally. Now when she got to the hospital, mysteriously almost healed. She didn't quite understand why. And throughout the book she began to get prophetic dreams about tearing people apart. And as you know, this is Miami Vice meets Werewolf by Night. Now she's getting a little bit worried about it as they are finally closing in on the suspect that they believe is tearing apart the second homicide that they've come across. Now they got a witness, they're trying to track this guy down, and they're getting in closer and closer. Now, excuse me for a moment. You may want to prepare yourselves because I'm about to fangirl out. This comic is just so cool! Oh my god, I love this comic! The backgrounds are great, the art is fantastic, and it has the most dynamic shootout scene in a warehouse I've ever read in comics. I've been reading comics for 15 years. This is the best dynamic shootout I've ever seen. It's not confusing, it's not, pow, I defeated the bad guy. It's not like, you know, weird angled shots. This is clear, it's exciting, it's exact, it's excellent! It is a great comic. It's done by Derek I. Keats. The site is ParadigmShiftManga.com. Go there, check it out. You can even read a couple pages for free online. Alright? Now this is Part 2. Part 3 is coming out soon. In fact, I'm going to be picking it up this next coming weekend at Anime St. Louis, where Dirk Teeds will be there as one of the guests. I can't wait to talk to him again. By all means, check out the comic online. The Legend of Red. Another Little Red Riding Hood defeating werewolves. It's an old concept, but few people have actually gone through and done it. Now, this one is really good. It's written by Victor Kurungi. I apologize if I am not pronouncing your name right. This one is a little bit more clear than the previous one I was talking about, Scarlet Huntress. This one features a young girl. She's traveling with her family when her family is suddenly ambushed and killed by a bunch of werewolves. Out of nowhere, this beautiful black bombshell drops down wearing a red cloak, stakes some werewolves, and has this mysterious glowing knife. When the glowing knife responds to the girl, whose name is Red, she suddenly has to take up the mantle as the next, apparently, hunter in the line. A la Buffy. I know, calm down. It's actually very good. This is the first issue. I really want to dive into the next ones. Now, the art is a little blotchy. It seems kind of smeared. It might be better if it wasn't colored, if they had a bit of a better colorist. But the writing's so good, I overlook it. There's definitely a good comic that you want to get into. If you had to pick one of the two of the Little Red Riding Hood killing werewolves, I would start with this one. But if you're looking for better art, you go with that one. So if you're an artaholic, go for Scarlet Huntress. If you're into the good story, go for The Legend of Red. Alright. Anyone under 18, I apologize. But if you're over 18 and you continue to watch, good. Under 18 continue to watch, shame. Peter is the Wolf. This is the over 18 version I got because I'm over 18. Peter is the Wolf is written by Chris Overstrat and drawn by Ben One. It's a porn comic, okay? It's an adult comic. It shows winkies and yahoos and woohoos and dangly parts and all those things. But it's werewolves, but it's not like kinky, furry sex, don't worry. Okay, a little bit, but not as much. Actually has a very good story with it, and if you don't want to read the porn stuff, they do have an under 18 version, PG-13 version. Basically tells the story of Peter. He's a bit of a runt of the litter. You know, he's always picked on. His dad's like this big alpha wolf, you know, his mom's, you know, even bigger than he is when she transforms. But he has this really sweet human girlfriend. Unfortunately, he doesn't know that the first time a werewolf, he leaves behind certain enzymes, and when it's with a human, well, it's like a very, very fun version of the werewolf fight. So they get her and they run off with her into the woods, him and his best friend, in order to take care of her. Whenever a werewolf transforms for the first time, they're known as a thrall. Whenever you make a werewolf and you're a werewolf yourself. And he's not too worried. I mean, his girlfriend is a sweet, beautiful little blonde girl who likes to cosplay. And now she transformed into this giant, I guess those are like Triple H cup, 8-foot tall werewolf who only wants to do kinky shit with him now. Very, very kinky stuff with him. She turns into basically, as the writer described it, a golden retriever. She's a dumb blonde. She's running around, she's panting, she's chasing her tail for the first few minutes when she transforms. She's not the brightest bulb in the unit. Now Peter, because he made her, he's in charge of taking care of her to make sure she doesn't go rogue or wild. I mean, they've done a very good job of keeping their werewolf pack a secret for a very long time. And it'd be kind of troublesome if a giant Gadoongad, 8-foot tall blonde werewolf is running down the street and everyone noticed it. Another problem is that Peter also has these problems with these people in these hazmat suits always tranking him. Which, I'm sorry, tranquilizer doesn't do much to a werewolf, it just kind of gives him a wicked dizzy spell. You know, he's like, whee! Horse trankies all around! Alright? And it's a good comic. It's funny. Alright? You can get the PG-13 version and you're not going to be missing, I mean, you're going to be missing fun, but you're not going to be missing a lot to the story. It's funny, it's goofy, this is a little bit more adult. Check it out at peteristhewolf.com. It's a great place to check it out. You can even read some pages online for free. Please, if you are over 18, check it out. And if you're under 18, check it out, but click on the PG-13 thing or else shame, shame. Alright, that's it for this time. Tune in next time.